Live.
All right, we are now live. What's up, everybody? This is LDSG Ghost, and I'm your host for the LDS Gamers Podcast. We have a very special treat tonight. Martin Luther Bling is here, but that's not why we have a very special treat for you tonight.
I'm not special.
Not special at all. We are also joined by MisterNiceguy425, or in other words, some call him Lam Guluka. What's up, man?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. If any of you have watched any of the dry bar comedy stuff, you might have seen this gentleman there. Do we have a clip to roll?
We do. We have a clip.
Roll the clip.
Awesome.
Roll clip.
One thing I want to let you guys know up front about me is that I'm very immature. I'm goofy. I like to have a good time. Am I in good company? Are you guys like that? All right, fantastic. Fantastic. I'm immature, but I have kids, which is a bad combination. Because it's hard to teach your kids the value of $1 when you have the same hobbies as them. It's impossible. Like, we'll be on the couch on a Saturday morning watching cartoons, eating sugary cereal, and a commercial will come on. My kids will get excited. They'll be like, "Dad, that video game looks so cool. What can we do so we can earn money so we can buy that?" I'm just like, "Sons, I already bought it!" We are not doing anything productive today. We're gonna finish this game. It's gotten to the point that I've started doing my son's homework for him so we can play sooner. I got caught though. We went to parent-teacher conferences. I was like, "Excuse me, how did we get a needs improvement in math?" And the teacher was like, "I knew you were doing his homework, Mr. Guluka. Your son doesn't write his sevens backwards." I was like, "First of all, sevens are tricky no matter how old you are. And second of all, have you played Super Mario Odyssey? That game is amazing. He'll learn math when he's older." My wife gets mad when I play violent video games in front of the kids. You guys, she gets furious. The other day I was downstairs in our house playing Halo 5. And my two sons snuck downstairs and they were watching me. I didn't know, I had a headset on, I was in the zone. And then my wife snuck downstairs and saw this happening, so now I'm in huge trouble. She was like, "Lam, you can't play those games in front of the kids, they're too violent." And I was like, "Listen, honey, it's Halo 5, it's rated T, it's not that bad." She was like, "Yeah, it's rated T, and they are not teenagers." And I was like, "Yeah, but their names are Tegan and Trayson." I should have named them Mofasa and Mohammed so we could play Call of Duty together. Because it's rated M for mature. For you old people that don't play games. Call of Duty. Thanks for watching.
Oh,
Right.
fantastic.
Oh, that's so good.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Appreciate
So good.
it.
Yeah, we've got. I have to crack that on my wife. We've got 2 kids, Tucker and Tanner. So I'm gonna pull that one.
Yeah, one thing I feel like I should say, I definitely don't really play violent games with my kids. It's a joke. It was funny when this clip came out on the Facebook page for Dry Bar Comedy. There were some people in the comment section that were mad. They were like, "This is so irresponsible." And I was in my mind, I'm like, "It was a joke, you guys. I love my kids. I wouldn't frighten them like that." But no, comedy's great. It is what it is.
It's the internet. People can't take jokes on the internet.
It's true. It's true.
So, question for you, sir.
Yeah.
How did you get into comedy? I mean, this is so great. We get to have you on. I really appreciate you jumping on with us. Tell us how you got into comedy. What brought you down this path?
Yeah, so I mean, I was always a huge fan of stand-up, and I watched it a lot. Before I went on my mission, I was really watching just different stand-up specials, but I never had the nerve to try it. Came home, went to BYU in Provo, and there was a group, and there still is a group there called Humor U. It's BYU stand-up comedy. It's clean comedy. You audition, you do shows on campus, you write with the group. So that's how I really got started. And then living in Utah at the time, I would do Wise Guys Comedy Club on weekends after I got to know the owner a little bit. and proved myself there. And now I actually live with my wife and kids in outside Chicago, about an hour outside Chicago. And there's a lot of opportunity here, tons of clubs, tons of open mics, tons of showcases. It's central. So that's how I got started, and that's where I'm at now, man.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. So you're pretty seasoned by now, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm 10 years in. Just recorded the comedy special with Dry Bar last year. Came out in December. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So do you think streaming on Twitch, because he does stream on Twitch, people. Look him up. MisterNiceguy425. Do you think streaming on Twitch helps with your comedy or vice versa? Does just being out and being involved with people, interacting with them?
Yeah, it does. And you know what's interesting? There was a time right after my wife and I got married, we lived in southern Utah. And so I wasn't able to do as much stand up because there weren't any clubs down there. So that's when I actually started streaming on Twitch. And it like filled the void of stand up because I still got to be funny and entertain off the cuff and even test material sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So I would say it helps. It's definitely not the same because it's not live, but it does help. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. We've got a question from Malice Vulpus in the chat here. She says, now I want to hear his thoughts on the Overwatch anniversary event and the new game mode designer.
Yeah, she probably saw these Overwatch posters in the back. And to be honest with you, is it Malice Vulpus? Is that
Malice Vulpus? Yeah.
Malice Vulpus. I'm cool with anything that Blizzard wants to do. You know what I mean? I'm pretty laid back.
You trust them.
You know what? They put out so much free content, and the fact that they're still supporting a game like this, the 2 years now that it's been out, I really can't complain about them continuing to give unique stuff. So whatever they want to do in that regard, I'm cool.
Nice. Just want to give quick hellos to Metallic Luster, Night NCC. We got Mad No MC JR in here. What's up, guys? Thanks for jumping on. Thanks for joining. Oculus. Oh, good.
So nice guy. How would you compare the Twitch hecklers to the stand-up hecklers? And do you ever wish you could just hit a ban button on the stand-up hecklers?
You know what's interesting? A lot of times with hecklers, they just enjoy what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so they want to be part of the show. And I'm not saying they should do that because heckling is wrong. Comedians hate it.
Yeah.
But Twitch hecklers are a little bit more blunt because they know that you can't say anything to their face. You know what I mean? All you can do is hit that ban button, and then they can go re-register and bounce right back and say the same thing again. People who have actually spent their money to come to a club, and a lot of clubs have a 2-drink minimum, so you have to buy 2 drinks. They can be non-alcoholic or whatever when you come in. They don't want to get kicked out because then they're losing like $50 of their money, right? So they'll heckle, but they'll kind of back off a little bit unless they've been drinking the non-alcoholic stuff. So I guess to answer your question, Twitch hecklers, spineless. Hecklers in person sometimes just want to be on the show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, cool. All right, so how you talk about your kids in your comedy and on your streams as well. How have games changed since you were a kid, and how are they different for your kids as they're growing up playing games?
Oh, that's a good question. So when I was a kid, my parents were fantastic. They were really, really strict about how much I could play. Because my dad is not a gamer. He was never a gamer. He didn't grow up playing games. With me, it's different. I am a gamer. And so I have to be I have to almost say, hey guys, I know I'm playing, but you have to go do your homework right now. You know what I mean? Right. I don't really do my kids' homework either, despite that clip. But the other thing that's changed is, back in my day, there were a lot more couch co-op. We did LAN parties.
Right.
Oh my God.
GoldenEye 007, Mario Kart 64. The golden age.
Real golden age, yeah.
Exactly. You'd be like, stop screen watching. Just and all that good stuff. You'd get some chips. You'd hang out with someone's house, and you'd have a good time. Nowadays, it's all. What's that? Someone's
getting punched.
Exactly. That's exactly right. You can punch the person next to you for cheating. Yep. Nowadays, it's all over the internet. And so my kids are young enough to participate in multiplayer online. And I really have to monitor the appropriateness of what they're playing, because there's so much stuff that can get snuck in, even into kids' games.
Yeah.
So that's the main difference, I would say, like the couch co-op era to the internet era. The Fortnite and all that that's going on.
Yeah. Yep. I miss the split screen. Yeah, Nintendo seems like they're the only ones that are still doing like local multiplayer stuff.
That's 100% true. And my kid's favorite game right now is Super Smash Brothers for the Switch, and I don't think that they're ever going to get bored of it.
Yeah,
so Nintendo saved it. Is there's so much, they unlocked all the characters, but they just never get bored. So nice. Nintendo is saving parents a ton of money by putting that game out, because kids are going to play it forever.
Yeah,
that's right. Oh, we got Jordor. He's confessing he was a chronic screen watcher in the chat. Shame.
Well, the modern equivalent of that is stream sniping.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
Yeah. Metallic Luster wants to know what we all had for dinner.
I had some fajitas for dinner.
Fajitas? So Bling had some fajitas. I haven't had dinner yet, and it's 9:22 my time. So nothing.
We did a little hot dog roast in the backyard tonight.
Oh,
had some hot dogs and some chips.
Yeah, hot dogs are big out here. Back in Maine, I'm from New England. Hot dogs. We had red hot dogs. That was the big thing. They're weird and creepy looking.
Red?
I wish Bling could pull up a picture. Type in like Maine red hot dog, and this is what our hot dogs. Yeah, they're what you think they are. They're not spicy, but that's just what we ate at every barbecue, every family get together. Oh no, I do not live in Utah. I actually live in Chicagoland near this guy.
I do too. Yep.
Yeah. So
what? These are like radioactive.
If I die of cancer, this will be the source right here.
Look, these are normal hot dogs on the right, and then on the left, those are so red.
Well, it's like, I don't know, man.
That's crazy. Do they put food dye in them?
Probably. I don't know if that's natural at all.
I mean, hot dogs aren't that natural anyway.
That's very true. But they're just crispy and crunchy. I don't know. They're just good. They're just good.
Delicious.
You have just a bunch of beans. Yeah, man. That's the New England. The New England.
I gotta ask. Have you guys ever had J Dogs in Utah?
Yeah.
Dude, they're so good, man.
It's the best Chicago dog you can get out here.
Well, I was gonna ask, what is a J Dog?
So basically, it's like a Polish sausage. They heat up the bun. So it's just a Polish sausage. But what makes it unique is they have this sauce called J Dog sauce, and it seems like it's like a mix of barbecue sauce and some herbs and spices.
Mm-hmm.
It's a memory for me, because in college they were charging like $3 for them. Poor college student. You can go with your friends and get 2 hot dogs. So they're good. Bling, you've tried them?
Nice. Yeah, I've been there before.
There was a little bit of a culture shock for me moving out here, because in Maine, you put ketchup on your hot dogs.
Oh,
here
you'll get curb stomped.
Yeah, you will be destroyed putting a ketchup on your hot dog, and that was news. That was news. That was news for me.
Yeah, you're getting the stink eye for sure.
Yeah,
if not worse.
Yep.
Oh well.
Oh, I miss Portillo's. I actually never really got into
good.
the Chicago dogs. I was a chili dog guy. Get the chili dog at Portillo's.
Those chocolate cake shakes, man.
The cake
so
shake. Oh, I actually recently went to Portillo's when we were down in Arizona. I drove down there to go to a Diamondbacks game. Had to stop at
Portillo's down there.
Yeah, they have one in
no way.
Mesa. So we went on our way to the ball game. Got me a chili dog and a cake shake.
Nice.
Good day.
A little taste of home.
Anytime you can get Portillo's and see a baseball game in the same day. We also went and saw Avengers Endgame that day, so it was a good day.
Trifecta.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good day.
Yeah.
All right.
Guy in Gray has a quick question.
Oh yeah.
He says,
what's he say?
What are your guys' thoughts on NASA's announcement to permanently go to the moon, or to go permanently on the moon? Like
they're
on the moon.
They're gonna create a base on the moon, or they're
moon base.
NASA's just gonna move to the moon and say goodbye to Earth.
They're just gonna go on it permanently.
They're moving.
The Guy in Gray.
They're relocating to the moon.
Wow.
Are they setting up a base On the moon.
I don't
That's
know.
cool.
I'm all
I didn't
for
hear it.
Moon habitation. Go for it.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that. But
I didn't either.
One
That
really
sounds like
funny thing to me
Elon
is
Musk.
when people talk about us destroying the planet and like we're gonna have to leave and go like terraform Mars or something to go live there. It's like, if we can terraform Mars, why wouldn't we do that to Earth and just
terraform
stay
garbage.
here to just fix the planet we're currently on instead of move everyone and fix that planet.
Permanently manned settlement on the moon. Interesting.
That's really
my
cool.
take. Interesting.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. So, Mr. Nice Guy, how did you did you grow up in the church? You convert? How'd you find the church?
It's a good question. So I am a convert. I got baptized when I was about 15 years old, and I'll give you the short version of the story. My dad had a colleague, a coworker, who had a cousin who was a missionary in the area where, if that makes sense, if you're following that.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So this colleague had promised his cousin that he would find someone to teach, and so my dad happened to be working late one day. And the colleague said, "Hey, would you like to meet with my cousin? He's a missionary for my church. He'd like to share the gospel message with you." And my dad said yes. Long story short, my dad ended up getting baptized. At the time, I was 4 years old. My mom, brother, and I did not get baptized. I was too young. My brother was too young, and my mom was into it. So, like 10 years later, when I was 14, we got the right set of missionaries, the quote unquote right set of missionaries.
Right.
My mom had been through so many sets of elders and sisters, but these ones really were just so charitable and kind, and they weren't trying to push it or force it on her, but they really just like had that spirit that missionaries should have. And so they challenged us, and I'll share this. If I'm talking too long, let me know.
No, you're good.
They challenged us, Moroni's promise, right? Read and pray about the Book of Mormon, and we did it. And I remember as a 14-year-old, like really, really feeling and knowing that it is true. And so I wanted to get baptized. My brother had already made the decision to get baptized, and I went to my mom one night and I said, "Mom, you know what? I think I want to do this too." And at the time, she said, "I'm going to get baptized as well. I just didn't want to tell you until you made the decision on. I didn't want you to feel pressure." And so we all got baptized the same day by my father because he was already a member. And that's the story, man.
How awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
really cool.
That's great. That's a really
Nice.
good story.
Yeah.
So, with everything you've been doing, do you have any big events coming up?
So no big events. I have lots of shows that I'm doing. I just did the Chicago Nerd Comedy Festival. That was killer. I applied for that and got accepted. Last
Nice.
weekend I was in Wisconsin. Actually, I should have told you. It would have been fun.
Yeah.
It was. I was in Kenosha. I did the Kenosha Comedy Club. Did a small theater in Chicago. But if I could instead plug some stuff I do online,
Yes,
Do
go
it.
for it, please.
because the reality is people aren't going to come to the coming up because they live across the country.
Right.
But I do have a gaming podcast that me and my friend Maxion do. It's called Two Nerds in a Pod. It's on iTunes and it's on Google Podcasts. It's on all kinds of podcast services. It's really, really good, in my opinion. We hit 100 episodes a couple weeks ago.
Very nice.
And just real quick, the background story is kind of cool. So when I lived in southern Utah, me and my friend Maxion used to get together every week, and in my basement or his, and we'd talk about video games, and we'd stream it live on Twitch. We called it Man Cave TV. Then I moved across the country. We wanted to keep it going, so we did a rebrand, and we started Two Nerds in a Pod. So you could check that out on iTunes. If you like it, let me know. Tweet at me. And the other thing is the Dry Bar. It's on drybarcomedy.com/Lam. And you can actually watch it for free now. If you download the Dry Bar Comedy, you can download it, check me out, and let me know what you think. So those are the two things.
Sweet.
Very cool.
Yeah, sorry, I think you were breaking up a little bit. He just said if you download the app, Dry Bar Comedy app, you can watch it for free. That's how I watched it a couple months ago. Download the app, just Chromecasted it to my TV. My wife and I watched it. It's awesome.
Thank you.
That clip is great. My favorite part was where you were talking about the Easter eggs.
We won't spoil it, but
We
yeah,
won't.
if
Yeah,
you
a
watch
little
it,
teaser
you'll
there for you.
yeah.
That was my favorite. All right. Cool. Well, so what's everyone been playing recently?
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, I haven't changed from 2 weeks ago. I'm still playing that stupid RuneScape game, man. It sucked me in and I can't get out. I just got to get those levels. And I've also played a little Apex Legends still. I played last night with a couple buddies.
Nice.
Guys who I'd played Destiny 1 with and then hadn't played anything with for, 5 years? And last time
Wow.
we sat down and played Apex. So
Nice.
that's what I've been doing. What about you, Bling?
Yeah, still FIFA. I'm starting to get burned out on FIFA finally.
What? Wait, what? What? You are getting burnt out on FIFA?
Yeah.
You've been going strong, man.
Well, I mean, I'm sure
For years.
I'm sure I'll get pulled. No, this happens. It's a cycle. It's a cycle.
Okay. All right.
Where I'll play it for like 2-3 months nonstop when the new one comes out, and then I come back in and out in phases, and then team of the season happens around this time of the year. I come back, but this year team of the season hasn't been that great. So I may be done with FIFA 19. We'll see what happens. But I've also been doing a lot of Twitch sings.
Yes.
I've watched you do it. Fantastic.
I've been sent clips from other people
Oh,
of you.
yeah,
singing.
it's a lot of cringe, a lot of fun. There's like a few songs that I can actually sing okay, but I usually either I or my chat request songs that are way out of my range, and I'm just shrieking, and I'm sure my downstairs neighbors love me. And
Hey, props to you, man. I couldn't do that. I could
Yeah.
not sing in front of people.
It's a lot of fun, and it's been like I'm getting more viewers and way more followers than I normally do on Twitch. So that's been the fun part for me, is just having more interaction in chat, more people to talk to. People get really excited, come join the channel and ask me to sing duets with them, and so I've gotten to meet a lot of really cool people, other people that do Twitch sings, and so that's been a lot of fun. Cool.
If you could find a song that's like just very basic, doesn't vary a lot, I'll sing it with you. We can do a duet.
Oh, okay.
I'll tune in for that.
Challenge is on. We will absolutely do that.
It needs to be like easy, man.
If we have
Easy.
like a LDSG karaoke party, which is in talks. We're thinking about having a get together for Twitch subs. Twitch Sings karaoke party that we'll live stream. If we do that, we'll have to have you. We'll figure out a song that you can do, Ghost. You can record one half of the song ahead of time, and then some people can sing it
Record
with
a
you.
bunch of times.
Yeah, and you don't have to stream to record stuff. So if you want, you can record stuff off stream. You can do as many takes as you want till you get a version that you like.
Nice.
So sweet. Yeah, that's really it. Twitch sings and FIFA is pretty much it for me recently.
Okay.
How
What about
about
you,
you?
Lam?
Yeah, so I've been, like you guys, I've been playing a ton of Apex, and that's mostly
Nice.
what I've been streaming on Twitch. That game is amazing.
Yeah. Who do you main as?
I mean, as what's his name? The
Maui.
Maui-looking guy.
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar, that's right. And then I forget the names, but also the healing character is probably my second.
Lifeline.
Lifeline, that's right. So those are my two favorites. Better than Fortnite. I know that might be blasphemous, but I think
No.
it's
Preach.
battle royale for big boys. That's what it is, for big
Yeah.
boys and girls.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that. Working on my backlog. So I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn as far as single,
Ooh,
and it's killer. It's a great
it's a good
game.
game.
And then with the kids, Super Smash Brothers on the Nintendo Switch. Love it. Never gets old.
Nice. Very nice. So now it's time for our Discord community update. This is where that sound bite's supposed to go that we have never gotten, but we always need.
Yeah, we'll just talk about it. It's better.
We just talk about it every single time. Right now we're up to 2,617 members in our Discord server. Thank you for sticking around, guys. This is our second podcast in 2 weeks. We finally did it. I think we've done this one other time, but hey, guess what? The next podcast will be in 2 weeks.
Last year we did 2 just 1 week apart from each other. We did a pre E3 and post E3.
Yeah, there's a lot of content to go over. We'll probably do that again.
Yeah.
We also have another episode of the LDSG Nintendo Triforce podcast coming out. It's already released and in the hopper. It'll be released tonight, and then tomorrow or the next day, sometime this weekend, we'll release this episode that we're recording right now. But yeah, does anybody in the chat has anybody listened to the LDSG Nintendo Triforce podcast? I don't know. If you don't know what it is, we've got
Check it out.
Yeah, a few guys from the community have started their own podcast and releasing it under the LDSG umbrella. It's Nintendo centered. Like this next episode, they're going to be talking about the latest Minecraft update, the Labo VR, and they're talking about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So lots of cool stuff. Younger guys, I think they're all youth, 18 and under, 19 and under. I'm not sure. So if that interests you, check them out. They're on our podcast channel. Let's talk about some game releases. What's coming out?
Nice.
So the only one I found that's coming up in the near future is, and it's kind of funny, the timing, is Team Sonic Racing. I've played a couple of the like Sonic racing games. I'm sure it's similar to the ones in the past, but it's coming out on pretty much every platform. So all the consoles, including Switch and PC. And next month they're doing a new Crash Team Racing. So it'll be interesting to see. I feel like most people probably aren't going to get the Sonic one because Crash Team Racing people are probably a bit more excited for. And that one's actually coming out on Xbox. So it's not a PlayStation exclusive. So all you non-PlayStationers who never got to play Crash Team Racing can be coming out.
Yeah.
Next month on the 21st. So exactly a month after Team Sonic Racing.
Yeah.
And I always thought Crash Team Racing was cool because the initials were CTR.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. That's nice.
Ethan Scraggy in the chat. What's up, man? He's actually one of the hosts for the LDSG Nintendo Triforce podcast. So good to see him here.
Nice.
So what's trending these days?
All right. So some interesting gaming news since our last podcast. One is Netflix is going to be at E3.
Let that sink in.
Yeah. So they're developing games based on some of their shows. The only one we know for sure right now is they are making a Stranger Things season 3 the game, which sounds awful. But we really have no information. So I don't know if they have like an internal studio that they've hired to create these games, or if they've partnered with an existing studio to do them. I don't know what other shows they're gonna do. I'm hoping for a Great British Baking Show game. That's the one I would want to play.
Baking show. Okay.
You know what they could do, dude? They could do Umbrella Academy, and I haven't watched it all, but I think any superhero base could make a good game.
Yeah, yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a lot of information on that. We'll know more at E3, but kind of interesting. They've taken over movies and TV for a lot of people. So we'll see if it looks like they're going to try to make their way into gaming.
Yeah,
so
they've got a few dollars kicking around, so why not?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right. So the next thing is there was this weird handheld that was announced. It's made by Panic. They were the publisher for Firewatch. If you played that game, it's like kind of a cartoony game where you're like a park ranger. The story was actually really interesting. I like the game, but they're making this handheld. It's got a black and white screen. Looks like an old school Game Boy, but square, and it has a crank on the side.
It costs power, right?
It costs $150 and comes with 1 season of games. So you'll get like 1 game a week.
Nice.
And so here's the crank. So this game you like move forward and backward using the crank.
Oh, what?
Interesting.
I'm out. I'm pulling a Shark Tank. I'm out.
It's really weird. It's really weird. And they're gonna like have a season structure where you get a game per week. So all 12 games in season 1 will be included, no extra charge. So after season 1, it sounds like it'll be kind of a season pass thing to keep getting new games for this. It's an interesting thought. I don't know who's interested in like a black and white handheld device in 2020, because it'll come out early next year. Like you can get way better games on your phone. I guess you don't have a crank or physical buttons on your phone. But yeah, I don't know who this is for. I just thought it was really bizarre, and so I wanted to show it.
And it doesn't say what any of the games are.
No, they've mentioned who some of the developers are. So if you know any of these guys, I'm not familiar with any of those names, but supposedly they're indie developers that people know. But yeah, that's it's called Playdate is the name of the device. So that's a thing. Okay. Next week is Computex. So we'll probably get some new PC hardware news. Probably the biggest anticipated news from Computex is going to be new stuff from AMD and Intel. There's going to be in before someone develops a crank for your phone. I love that. So we're expecting new CPU announcements. So the full new 3000 series processors, CPUs from AMD. The leaked specs are pretty bonkers. Oh no, we lost Ghost.
He ghosted us. Puns.
Oh, his internet just went down. Okay. All right. It's just me and Nice Guy now. Okay, we're getting cussed out by Ghost is back. You're gonna break stuff again.
I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on over here.
Okay, now I gotta unfix everything I just fixed. Oh, I love you, Ghost.
Don't tell lies.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. We're just gonna have this janky. You can kind of see everybody chat. This is great.
This works.
I'm gonna kind of fix this thingy. The BRB screen is still there. What is?
I don't see the BRB screen, but I do see. Oh wait, there it is. Now it's working.
Is that fixed?
Fixed.
Okay.
You've done it. You've done it.
Finally. So yeah, you can use 2 sticks. It's really janky. I don't recommend it. But GoldenEye is kind of the game that made FPS games popular on consoles. So without GoldenEye, I don't think we would have got Halo.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
I agree too.
Cool. So yeah, I'm excited for Computex. I don't know if anybody else is. The AMD new CPUs, the rumors are crazy. I don't think we're actually going to get what they're saying, what the leaks are saying. Basically, what they're saying is the new AMD CPUs are going to finally be matching Intel CPUs in terms of clock speeds, but will have double the cores and threads. This is AMD moving to their 7 nanometer, which Intel is still on 14. Intel will probably be announcing their 10 nanometer CPUs. So if those leaks are true, Intel will be playing catch up, which is good for the industry. Whenever one competitor innovates, the other steps up, and competition's always good. So they're also probably going to be announcing their new Navi GPUs, which can hopefully compete with NVIDIA, give them some competition, bring down prices on those RTX cards. I would love to get a RTX 2080 or 2080 Ti, but I cannot justify how much they cost. So that's the exciting stuff for Computex. I'm sure there will be tons of like laptops and stuff there, which I'm not super into, but that's going on next week. Next on the list, there is a new Pokemon mobile game in the works. That's all we know. But they announced it. Well, they didn't announce it, but they were talking about it in some board meeting call that was public. So they're working on it. Pokemon Go took the world by storm. I'm sure they're hoping to get something like that. I'd be surprised if it were another AR focused game, but it'll be interesting to see what it is.
Yeah, and they're not working with Niantic this time.
It's not Niantic.
Or Dano, however it's pronounced.
Do we know if it's another VR type thing, or do
we
we
don't?
Not know?
Yeah, we don't know. I'd be surprised if it were. I feel like they'd probably be working with Niantic if that were the case, but we'll
see. It's supposed to come out March of next year?
I don't know. Is that what they've said?
Yeah.
Any thoughts in here on Minecraft Go? I've never played it.
Oh, Minecraft Earth?
Earth?
I haven't played it yet.
I haven't either. I think it's a good concept, though.
Is that like a AR Minecraft game?
Yeah, you get to
kinda
basically
like
just
Pokemon
build
Go?
your community. Yeah.
That is cool. Interesting. And then last thing on here is they released a teaser trailer for Final Fantasy VII, which we can show or we can talk about. I don't know how
we can show it.
into
we can talk about
Final
it too.
Fantasy, you guys.
How many times are they going to resurrect this game?
Exactly.
They're squeezing every
several
last penny.
And supposedly it is going to be episodic. So they're not just releasing the whole game, I guess. But this is just a teaser trailer.
Yeah.
So it
looks pretty.
Like a minute.
Hands up!
Have fun.
I'm here for you, to help take the load off your shoulders.
So, what's our next move, boss?
That's easy enough.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Here, this is for you.
A flower?
Can you bear to see the planet suffer, Cloud?
Man, looks good.
I was gonna say it actually looks cool.
Yeah, it actually looks really good. I'll buy that.
So I've never played really any of the Final Fantasy games. I'm not super into
How can Cloud carry that
JRPGs.
sword? Because he has super big biceps and forearms.
He's a strong boy.
He's a strong boy.
But if I'm not mistaken, was Final Fantasy VII, was that the classic like turn-based combat? And this is more action RPG?
It looks. I
They're
don't
turning
know.
it into.
No, it looks like it's still turn-based
You think?
from the
Okay.
menu system that they just briefly showed.
Okay.
I don't know though. I could be wrong.
Because the newer ones are not that way.
No. Like Final Fantasy 15 is not, but yeah, the originals like the earlier ones have been.
Okay.
Man,
Well-
so weird seeing all these names. Barrett. So many memories.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I just feel like people who want to play this have a way to play it. Like anyone who's that into Final Fantasy VII probably still has a copy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, but it looks good.
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah, it
PS4
looks-
only.
It's nice.
It's like an exclusive.
Yeah. No, I don't have a PlayStation, so there are so many games that like I would play if I had a PlayStation. I wish they would just release their games on PC like Xbox,
Yeah,
because
I can hope.
I would much rather.
Is Paradox? He is. He's dropping some bits.
He's dropping
on us.
bits.
I don't see-
Why are we
our
not getting
Streamlabs not
alerts?
working.
Is
I
it?
don't
Do we
know.
have like a bit threshold that it is passing?
Oh, maybe.
Let me look at our bits.
Paradox, just try doing like 10,000 bits just to see if it's a threshold thing.
Yeah, just as a test.
Give it right back.
7th
7th release of Final Fantasy. I think you're right, Bescu. 1, 2, 3. Man.
Dirt
You guys
box.
got me wanting red
It's
hot
down
dogs
there. It's not
and
showing.
Final Fantasy 7.
Slobs is failing me. Oh man. Why is this box?
Cheer 10,000. Man. Well, that's all right. We can get it fixed for next time. But hey.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
Got it.
Cheer all the bits.
I think I got it.
So Paradox can give us 4 bits, and then we can say goodnight.
Did it show anything?
No.
Not yet. No.
I'm sad.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Mr. Nice Guy, it was awesome meeting you, and thanks for joining us tonight. Hopefully we can have you on again soon if you're up for it.
Absolutely.
I'm
This
gonna
is
look
great.
up your
Thanks for having me.
podcast for my commute. That
Yeah.
was 2 Nerds in a Pod, right? Did I do that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you for
look
having me. This has been fun.
Yeah, look them up and look them up on Dry Bar Comedy. It's been a treat. You guys are all amazing. Thanks for stopping by tonight, keeping us awake. I'm sorry I look like I'm about to fall asleep because I am. New baby and all. We love you guys. Oh, we
Hey.
got bits coming in.
So
thanks, Paradox.
So yeah, we
Hey,
must
there it
we
is.
must have a minimum.
Maybe.
Thank you for those bits.
Yes, you're the man and still the leader. All right, everyone have a good night. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks everybody. Bye bye.
See ya.